ASR-1 and primary narcissism. The biological reflex. ASR-1, the annihilatory stress reflex, is the body's raw, pre-symbolic survival mechanism. It's not cognitive, it's physiological. It triggers when existence itself feels threatened, before language, before reasoning, before even conscious emotion. In infancy, this reflex keeps the organism alive. The newborn depends entirely on external regulation, feeding, warmth, touch. When those are interrupted, ASR1 activates. The infant's body interprets that absence as annihilation. There is no concept of mother leaving the room. There is only the experience of death approaching. Primary narcissism as early ASR regulation. What Freud called primary narcissism is the psyche's first attempt to stabilize ASR1. It's not vanity, it's self containment. The infant's mind constructs a primitive sense of omnipotence. I and the source of safety are one. That illusion regulates annihilatory panic. It's the earliest false self, not pathological, just necessary scaffolding. In normal development, that illusion softens as consistent care teaches the child that safety can exist outside the self. ASR1 becomes integrated into higher reflexes, ASR2 anticipation, ASR3 symbolic modeling. The ego learns that threat and safety can coexist. When ASR1 stays open, if the care-giving environment is chaotic, inconsistent, frightening, or narcissistic, ASR1 never fully calms down. The psyche stays on alert for annihilation. The child's early omnipotence hardens into defense. This is the root of pathological narcissism. Instead of developing stable reality testing, the person builds a lifelong ASR1 management system. Deny weakness, control perception, avoid dependence, recreate environments that keep the reflex active. This is the permanent overactivation of ASR1 disguised as personality. The adult structure. In adulthood, this frozen ASR1 presents as hypersensitivity to shame, an annihilation signal, intolerance of criticism, the threat to omnipotence, obsession with control, attempt to manage annihilation anxiety, inability to empathize when under stress, ASR1 hijacks higher functions. The narcissist grandiosity is the behavioral shell of an unintegrated annihilatory reflex. Their psyche still lives in the pre-object world where existence depends on total control of the environment. The survivor's encounter with ASR1. In narcissistic abuse, the victim is pulled into that same field. The shared fantasy triggers their own early ASR1 pathways, the desperate need to be seen, to merge, to avoid rejection. Idealization feels euphoric because it imitates the original soothing of ASR1, the illusion of absolute safety. Devaluation and discard re-trigger annihilation anxiety. Collapse then is not psychological weakness, it's ASR1 exposure, the return of the infant's terror in an adult's nervous system. That's why it feels existential. The body is reliving unregulated primary narcissism. Integration. Healing means not suppressing ASR1, but integrating it, letting the nervous system learn that reality can be survived without omnipotence. It's the transition Freud hoped for, but never mapped neurologically. From primary narcissism to stable object relations. Mpit's language simply gives it structural clarity. ASR-1 equals annihilation reflex, primary narcissism. ASR-2 equals predictive regulation, the developing ego. ASR-3 equals symbolic modulation through the mature self. When all three communicate, the organizing gate stays functional. That's what healthy individuation looks like. The body trusts reality enough to remain open. ASR-1 is the body's original narcissism. When integrated, it becomes instinct. When unintegrated, it becomes control. Peace out. Loads of love.